It's April 14th, some 5 p.m. The idea of downloading softwares is what I've been fascinated with into human form. So, how this works is if you see human as a computer or a hard drive or anything that can learn data, right? Our brains can process data, and any data processed over a long time in a repeated manner becomes a habit. A habit performed over a long period of time becomes part of your identity. And if something is part of your identity long enough, that's what I call a software update, right? It's part of who you are when it becomes part of your identity. Initially, when I started working out, I was playing soccer. I gained a lot of weight when I was 18, 19, 20. I was 110 kilos almost. That was, I think, my top. Because at that point, I was so fat that it became a thing where I was not healthy. Like, I was having back problems and stuff. So I had to get to that point for me to realize that I have to work out for health reasons. This is not even looking good at this point. I tried all of that stuff after being fat for 5 years, right? I tried intense cardio, I tried intense weightlifting, I tried the combination. I went all the way here where I was barely working out, to all the way here where I was working out too much, to all the way here where I was eating shit, to all the way here where I was eating like too much protein and not enough carbs. So literally made mistakes on both sides, all spectrums. And then last year when I started working out with Eli, he told me how you just need to do 2 or 3 sets, high intensity, 5 to 6 reps, and then you'll be good. You just need to stimulate that muscle enough, and then the rest of the 80% of the work happens in the kitchen. Keep your protein high up, keep your carbs up too because you need energy throughout the day. That combined with when I went to India, there's this guy, older guy, Bunty Bhai. He works out at the local gym in Navsari, and then he told me how to do powerlifting. So combination of Eli's new working out program, powerlifting, eating right, and just researching more and more. That's what I've been in the last 6 months, and I've seen more growth in the last 6 months than I have in the last 6 years. Now, what I mean by that is for the last 6 years, my software was downloading. Like, it was in the process of downloading. I had to make all those mistakes. I had to fuck up everywhere. And I had to go at every end of the spectrum to see what's up. And then I settled by trial and error on something that works for me. I'm somebody who has to fuck around and find out. And I have to really find out what works for me. Because usually the generic advice doesn't really work for me. Coming back, my point is that it's like a software update. You put something on download, and if you keep looking at it, it's like, oh, is this done? 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 It's going to take forever, and it takes the same time, but mentally in your perception, it takes forever because you constantly keep looking at the progress to see evidence of more progress, right? But when you put it on download and go to sleep and you forget about it, you wake up in the morning and it's done. Just like that, the last 6.5 years was all just downloading process. Like the bar was slowly moving 2%, 4%, 3, 6%, 8%, 10%, 12%, and then it would get stuck on 12% because that file is huge. So we'll stay there for a little bit, and then it will keep moving forward. But at the end, at 100%, the software gets downloaded, and that's what I feel like the working out software has been downloaded within my identity because I made it into a habit, and it has been a habit for such a long amount of time that it's my identity now. Now, I never really think about, oh, should I go work out or should I not? I don't feel lazy. It's none of that. Neither do I feel excitement. I did go through where I hated working out, where I was lazy. Then I loved working out because I saw some result and I was excited to work out. And now I'm at neutral. You just go all the way to the hell, all the way go to the heaven, and then you come in reality where you're neutral. And I think this works with everything. This I've seen this in the last 8 years with filmmaking too. I did from photography to video to design to editing and all these elements. I love what Virgil Abloh said in one of his videos was like, you kind of keep collecting tape, and over time you become a tape ball, and that's a unique tape ball because you it's a tape ball made of all your failures, and you are the only one who can fuck up like the way you do. Everybody gets in for the results. When I got in, I thought I was when I would meet someone and would be like, "Oh, how long have you been working out?" And they're like 7 years, and I'm like, "Dumbass, what are you doing for 7 years?" That's what I would think to myself. I'm like, "Do you not have the right guidance? Are you not consistent? Like, what the fuck?" Guess how long it took me? 7 years to get to a point where now I feel great about my body, right? Because we forget that life happens. It's not linear. It's not you start working out in a year and a half, you just get there. It's like you go like that. It's just the not law of nature. That's how the water flows. We just want to go straight to that thing. But it's just not that. You stumble upon it, you fuck up, you find something that works, you find something that you think it works, but it doesn't in the long run, and you kind of figure out the recipe on what works. I've experienced this with trading so far, filmmaking, of course, working out. Have to like it enough to stick it out, or stick it out regardless. That makes you consistent, and once you become consistent, then all your consistency and work compounds over time. And then after a couple of years, like 5 to 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, depending on what the thing is, you get to have fun. You get to play. You get to be a kid again because now you know all the rules. And by knowing all the rules, you know which rules you can bend and break and ignore whenever you want because you're so familiar with those rules. You just cannot stop. You just cannot get discouraged when you see the results and they're not what you thought they were going to be. And then you just can't quit. You just keep going. I love putting 1% of my every day into 5 different things, and in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, they're all gonna meet at one point. It's like I'm putting the film software to download. I'm putting the working out problem, you know, software to download. I'm putting the trading one to download. I'm putting my relationships to one download. I'm putting the status one to download. I'm downloading all of these software. I'm putting writing in. So all of these softwares, they move forward 1% every day because I put in 1% of work. That's how I move the needle forward. So you might not see it now, you might not see it in 2 years, you might not see it in 5 years. But 6, 7, 8, 10 years later, all of these softwares are going to be downloaded, and all of these things would be part of my identity, and I would be able to do it effortlessly. And that's the point. That's the whole game where you get to a point where you get to have fun, you get to play, and it's effortless. To other people, it seems like it's work and this and that, but you've done it for so long and you've failed so many times that you just don't give a shit anymore. Take it or leave it.